I don't play Lesh, so I don't understand the feeling. What the frick?
Oh, Shiver. Shiver, why is this such a good AA game?
Oh, okay.
AA is it's always a good AA game. I'm not even gonna say this. Also, by the way, very good against Clockwork. He's gonna be so sad in his stupid cogs.
Why?
You tell him, Shiver.
With the cold feet, he's not gonna get out in time because he has to deny his thing, and he's trying to run out, but he can't. It's very satisfying to freeze up the clock in his own cogs.
It's really good for heal reduction, right?
Yeah.
You're playing into Morphling and you're playing into Leshrac. And also Enchantress. Like this Ice Blast will be very valuable.
Yeah.
Also damage for Chrono that Sheep mentioned that they were lacking. And it's going to be strong on lane for reasons that Shiva mentioned. So LGD, once again, busting out a cool pick that people don't expect.
Cool pick!
And changing them up.
Ice cream cone!
Ice cream horn.
That's funny.
Ice horn, sorry.
Yeah, I do like it. I do like the AA. I think it's surprising.
I love the AA.
The Axe is a big question mark. I like Axe when Collapse plays it. I don't know how I feel about other Axes, but Mew has been such a pleasant surprise on his hero pool. I feel like he could pull it off.
Yeah, they have a lot of good control, like especially because like the Primal ult goes through BKB now if they ever, because they're gonna have to buy BKBs to help deal with this AA ult, or they're just gonna die.
Yeah.
And then Primal can control them through it, which is really nice. I was gonna say I don't play Lesh to know the intricacies of how the buffs affected him.
Yeah.
But from what I saw when Sumail played it the other day, it looked pretty good, but it's still susceptible to like if you go gank it mid, if you ruin his game, it still looks like Lesh, normal
problems,
Lesh.
yeah.
And let's be real, that was Sumail playing it. We would like to see how Quinn plays.
Of course.
Can he force out with his team a third game to the series? We're going to find out with our commentary team, but not before we listen to some pandas.
Prepare for battle.
Thank you, thank you. Bye bye.
我还活着，我还活着，还有希望。
A slick pick for LGD as they show they never freeze. In the last pick of a draft, choose a very cool hero in Ancient Apparition to try and deal with the Leshrac that Gaimin Gladiators are so familiar with, Avery.
Feels like another out there Zhao 8 lineup. That suddenly he's maybe gaining a bit more confidence in his squad to pull off some of these niche picks. That is where LGD, at least under his leadership, has shined over the last few years. And so it's kind of cool to see them get back into that form where they maybe are capable of pulling these unconventional drafts off. I don't think many people would have taken Axe out of phase like that and maybe not even less closed it out with an Ancient Apparition into an Enchantress Clockwork lineup. Like in theory, this is a nightmare of an early game map to play for LGD supports, especially when you have a greedy face as Void. So I'm really looking towards Gaimin. If they want to win this game 2, push to game 3, it comes from the two supports in tOfu and Seleri. You're on very comfortable heroes. Heroes we've seen them pop off on again and again, and they're in a very dominating position in terms of the support matchups. You're again up against Pugna AA with Clockwork and Enchantress. The first 10 minutes, you should be having a free-for-all in terms of what your options are and what you want to do. You just got to make the correct choices.
I'll say it. Zhao 8 went too far this time.
Oh, you think he went too far?
Yep.
Well, I'll say it. I don't think he went far enough.
Oh, so you also think LGD is going to lose?
No, I think they're going to win.
Oh, okay.
But I still think he could have gone farther.
Could have pushed it to the limit.
I really like their draft. I think they have all the answers to what Gaimin have proposed here. It's just a matter of getting through the first 15 minutes. If that happens, I think they're in very good territory to close out this series 2-0. Of course, a lot can happen before them, and Gaimin have been one of the most dominating early game teams we've seen in a long time. So I expect them to come out guns blazing and put these supports to good use.
I guess my biggest concern is that it's pretty rare that it's a good Clockwork game nowadays. It looks like a great Clockwork game. Ancient Apparition, Pugna are food for tOfu. He's enabled with a Darkseer with both an Ion Shell and Surge. Vacuum into Cogs looks pretty good. I mean, I think the back line is just going to get demolished in every fight.
I agree. If the supports from Gaming get online, especially tOfu, he can take this game over. And I was thinking about that game one, like tOfu was pretty quiet in that game from what we expect of his Rubik. And I think some of that was there were picks that made it hard, like the Visage. It's a very difficult matchup. And I mean, you're not stealing super high impact spells from Medusa in those late game fights, but he is a linchpin of this team. I mean, Quinn gets talked about a lot. Ace has gone up in terms of is he the best offlaner in the world, but tOfu is really one of their biggest playmakers in a lot of those games that they were doing well out at the majors. And
One of the best game positions in the world, for sure.
So if you're looking to bounce back in game 2, maybe regain some momentum in this tournament, this game might come down to him in some regard in terms of just popping off with Darkseer, enabling him on a really good Clockwork game and making those plays happen.
Yeah, because he pops off well enough. If you kill the backline supports and then Faceless Void Chronospheres, well, who's putting damage into that Chronosphere besides the Faceless Void?
Not much. This is a decent time dilation game. Time dilation is always useful, but you are really looking for the two supports on LGD to survive in terms of the initiation, and LGD want to be the ones jumping gaming in this game. That just makes the supports' lives easier. So if tOfu can disrupt that by getting in there first, that creates a big disparity. And when you take the AA out, it makes dyrachyo and Quinn's life way easier, because now they don't have to just run in with a Morphling and a Bloodstone Leshrac into the AA ult, into the Chrono. That is just going to be a guaranteed kill. There's no save for it this game.
Now, it does look like PSG LGD are having a very good time in this laning phase.
Yeah, they're free farming 3 lanes pretty much.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, I guess Shiro's... It's mostly just the Morphling is not doing the best in that top lane. Every single time we look up there, he's on no HP.
I mean, LGD have decent lanes here too. Primal is hard to beat out mid no matter what the matchup is. And I mean, Axe Pugna is a strong lane. Very high move speed Pugna who's out right-clicking you in terms of the trade, and then you throw a Battle Hunger on top. It's hard for Seleri to just go in and win these exchanges, and he has gotten his mana worn through here. So LGD looking pretty good already. I mean, they're very happy with the 0-0 in this game because they for sure have to feel like they're outscaling gaming here. Faceless Void, Ancient Apparition. Like, they just want to get to the late game.
Now, you have a lot of experience playing with the Quinn Leshrac. I'm sure there has to be certain boxes that are ticked whether or not you pick Leshrac. I mean, especially without an IO, right? Because that's usually where we see the Leshrac is paired up with the IO. Do you feel like they have the right kind of supporting heroes to make this Leshrac shine?
Not the best, to be honest. They don't have the big buffer. They don't have a real good save mechanic for him. I think Ench and Clock are great with the Lesh in terms of the tempo. Like, you can just run with him, you can gank for him, you can create a lot of momentum and accelerate him in that sense. But they're not the great at stacking, which has generally been gaming strat with the Leshrac. They want to stack for him, get him a mega fast Bloodstone, and then just play with sustain mechanics through him.
Is that going to be the kill?
None of that.
Yeah, that's going to be your first blood right there. tOfu sneaking in behind the tower with an Ion Shell and the Battery Assault. Why you smile doesn't stand a chance.
That's a good start for tOfu. First blood going to do a lot to get him to the early boots here. It'll help him accelerate on the map in terms of the kill pressure. Yeah, Quinn is just winning this matchup. I mean, I never really picked Lesh for Quinn too much. A lot of those patches, it wasn't good. Also, I just didn't trust the guy, so. Early rotation from NTS, not even level 6 yet.
That's classic, but the Battery Assault is a problem for the Primal Beast. Cogs push back, very nice. Nothing to say, makes a rotation pre-level 6, which, you know, this is one of the few heroes that can do that, but to not get a kill.
Just awkward lane from Dota2 into the Clockwork. One of the answers that was one of the highest priority versus the Primal Beast when this hero was very popular.
Yep.
So Gaming have that going for them as well. Shutting down NTS early in this game. This is not a hero like Ember where he's going to be able to cut waves and stall the game out to a tremendous effect. So if LGD fall behind, I expect them to lose a lot more map than they did last time around. Same with Faceless Void compared to Medusa. You're not shoving waves out with super powerful Manta Illusions. You're not killing Ancient Stacks nearly as fast. Another reason LGD want this to be a quiet early game so they don't have to fall behind, or the lineup cannot really function from that standpoint. The next 5 minutes here, vital for Gaimin in terms of racking up the pressure. When those 7-minute wisdom runes hit, I would expect Gaimin to gun for both, try and get them, bring their supports online, and then it's just going to be a free-for-all.
Did get an arcane rune for Quinn, something to keep an eye on. So once again, the battery assault plus ion shell combo is going to go to work. Shiro is going to jump inside though. Vacuum pulls him back in. Y is going to die, and Shiro takes a lot of damage for all this. Heat Time walked into the cogs to try and tank a lot of it, and you actually die. So dyrachyo finally gets his revenge in what was been an awkward laning phase where he's constantly being assaulted. Gaimin Gladiators do go for taking the opposing wisdom rune. They get it on Seleri and should be able to get their own as well.
Exactly what they want here. Deny the XP from the LGD supports, keep them low forever. They're just going to be food on the map for the clock and the Enchantress to run down, as well as Quinn. NTS grabs him, and he's going to get frozen.
Big kill.
Huge fight.
Keep going, too. The Enchantress is going to be up next, and even dyrachyo is going to be chased away.
Quinn was looking to connect top. They just cut him off at the pass. These are not core kills you want to give up if you're gaming right now, because that is the XP that LGD is going to need to stay in this game.
Ooh, almost had him. If he had level 6, I think there was a culling blade there, but...
Absolutely. Minute power rune coming up. You want to deny this from NTS if you can. Quinn will do his best to solo fight him off of the river. And it'll be illusion rune bottom as tOfu finds his own food.
Now,
but
there was a neutral creep pull. Battery assault.
Ran out.
Already ran out, so it doesn't stop the channeling there. And, well, nothing to say. Says, might as well.
LGD are just really good at bringing their heroes to the right part of the map with the right hero. I know it sounds simple, but in these competitive games, when there's a lot of pressure existing, it's not always straightforward, especially with these heroes like Pugna AA that are outmatched in terms of the head-on support battle. Even these little things like Y being with NTS on those 2 kills is bringing him back in the game and enabling his Primal Beast. You need some help, NTS will provide it, and they get the call and the wait for him.
dyrachyo still managed to get that kill. They'll kill the Enchantress at the same time while Quinn ran down Planet in the mid lane, immediately put that illusion rune to use. dyrachyo still running for it though, but he's going to be out of mana. So he's just dead. He was either morph into strength and lose all your mana for waveform. Either way, you're done.
Aggression from Gaimin picking up here. It will result in a mid-tower kill, so maybe they're happy with the overall exchange. That does feel like another big core kill LGD gets. Some more XP for their Ancient Apparition, who was denied it out of the early laning stage, and they really want AA ult online as fast as possible to combat all the healing here. Guarantee the bigger kills down the road. Still, decent early game for Gaimin. Not as clean as I've seen, but pretty solid, and they shut down New pretty damn hard. Anytime you shut down Axe, you're going to be pretty happy with that, as this is a hero that struggles to come back in the game or find his place outside of just a blink stun. Which is okay for LGD's lineup. They have okay follow-up. You can freeze people in it.
Oh, caught it by surprise. Nothing to say. Can even channel it off of that one to make sure Cold Feet lands.
Nice chrono. Shiro's playing really well this series.
He is, yeah.
And that A ult up sooner maybe than dyrachyo would have expected. I mean, that's a pre-10-minute A ult without a Wisdom Rune. That tells you how many little things LGD have found in this game.
tOfu continues to feast on the supports. You're talking about the Axe. On the other side of things, we do have the Darks here for Gaimin Gladiators, who is free farming top net worth in this game, and it is a great pipe game.
100%. This pipe is going to be devastating for LGD in the 5-on-5s for a while. It's kind of what happened last game, right? Ace got these really fast auras up. LGD couldn't deal with them. That's why they had to stall that game out. Could be similar here. It's going to give Gaimin a large window where they can just force objectives down.
He's trapped. A whole army went through the portal. Vacuum to stop him from portaling? Okay, they get it now. And Quinn.
This is clowny.
And well, at least New can make them work for it a little bit.
That's where you just say space, guys.
Well, honestly, a decent amount.
And they're pressuring 2 tier 1s right now. Catapults are up. Yeah, not the worst situation considering he's been shut down anyway. They're gonna try and go for Shiro top.
He's gonna try and catch him after the time walk, but the time dilation slows him too much. Hook shot actually did come in. The split earth afterwards. No. An eye blast. Oh, it hit him with nothing to say. A perfect turnaround. Leshrac dies, and now with Quinn gone, here goes all their power on Gaimin Gladiators. Fortunately, the Enchantress is level 6, so those two right clickers at that point didn't really have any spells left. tOfu playing around the onslaught that could come in. Nothing to say. Can't go for it, though.
What nailed by Y.
Yeah, that was great.
Absolutely owning this game from the position they're in. Like you said, Ace is still climbing that board. LGD just need to hold on till they can push past this mid game. Blade Mail for NTS. Very interesting item pickup. There is unpreventable damage on Gaming side between the Darkseer and the Leshrac. Really nice item for Lesh when he's trying to man up here.
Yeah.
Gives you some extra armor as well. Something instead of just rushing the BKB that maybe he felt like the BKB rush was just going to be too far away. He has to hold down the fort till this Faceless Void can come online, especially with the slow start New has had as he just picks up Blink Dagger. This is a Blade Mail as Blink Dagger for New. We'll also try and get that item. So they'll have two here. I mean, you just run in with double Blade Mail versus the Lesh. Does he just auto die?
Yeah, at least until Bloodstone's up. They're going to have a pretty big window. And even then, if he gets Bloodstone, well, then the Ice Blast is even more effective.
A is not the creep of a hero he used to be. The Shard really helped this hero.
Oh, yeah.
It's very strong in terms of chain stunning Cold Feet. Double procking it.
tOfu just keeps finding him.
That's what he has to do.
Now, he's going to die for this, but still. 1-for-1 trade-off with 4 other heroes from PSG LGD showing.
It's okay. Do give a cold armor stack. This game's just going to come down to how much gaming get done with Ace's net worth. Again, similar to last time. How many objectives can they force down? How many bad fights can they force LGD into?
Oh, he didn't go pipe. He went Greaves. He had pipe queued up at one point.
I mean, he'll probably end up with both in this game, I imagine. Maybe the call was made for someone else to build the pipe?
I was about to say, like, the Greaves is less valuable against the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, for sure. It's a better pipe game than a Greaves game. Seleri, he's going Drum Forestaff, and tOfu's just going straight Ags. Which, I mean, I'm okay with the Clockwork playing Greed this game, but yeah, they are going to end up without a pipe.
I guess he wants the Dispel against the time dilation, maybe?
That is a big deal for the hero. Like I said, he'll probably end up with both here. We'll just see which gaming want to play around first.
It does kind of imply he's going to keep farming, though, for the next 5 to 8 minutes.
Been doing a lot of it. 140 CS, 1-0 and 5. Very clean start for him. Oh, there's
one final slam.
LGD want to make a quick smoke play here. Blink on Axe, Blade Mail on NTS. They feel confident going in with their cores, setting into the fight up for their supports with all the damage in the world. Looking for a big core kill in that triangle. Probably the Lesh or the Morph. Nobody's home. This for a clock doesn't feel great. They really wanted a bigger prize out of this. They're looking for Ace. Catch Ace, though.
He's surging away.
He's so close.
Smoke breaks. They're going to blink in the right direction. They will not. New doesn't even try for it. They're totally blind.
Map read on point for gaming as they dodge that smoke and continue to build a net worth lead. All of their heroes farming the entire map right now. Very efficient response. Bloodstone was finished. For Quinn, this is normally when they try and group up and put that to use. This game, it's a bit different with that A blast. Got to be careful about how you force the engagements.
Yeah, just let tOfu force all the engagements for you. He will get the Pugna kill, gets grabbed, battery sold, stops that though. And now Ace is going to be caught inside the Chronosphere. Now Ice Blast is going to be used for him as well, but it does leave the Leshrac open. He's got a Bloodstone active. They can't kill him easily without that Ice Blast, and he is reigning supreme in this fight. He's going to bring down you and chase away, nothing to say. And Shiro turns around, pokes at him before time walks away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gonna get back to the tier 2 safely. They will.
I think if New had his blade mail on that jump, that's a very good fight for LGD. But the Bloodstone's able to heal through only the one on NTS here. And like you said, that A ult, you kind of got to pick your poison. You throw that on a Darkseer here, okay, you're super happy with that core kill, but then committing in the fight, it becomes very difficult with that Bloodstone. Still, it's a fight that gets stalled up a little bit, so LG, maybe not too sad. The map is collapsing, though. This is kind of inevitable.
I think the fight maybe they're fine with, but what's going to
after?
happen after is not going to be happy.
I just don't know if you can really prevent this, right? Like, it's just a function of the lineup. So tOfu's going to try and force
Push
this.
back into the split earth. Beautiful stuff. tOfu, even the vacuum back on a planet. Big time. 2 times kills, and it's going to turn into a tier 2. And a 3rd kill is why you smile is going to be run down. Never mind. Quinn's like, he doesn't want to risk his life for a simple 5.
Doesn't want to get axe called under an A ult under a tier 3. But this is what tOfu can be doing for them this entire game. Just setting stuff up, going this greedy build. He will have Shell on him for the extra damage. And Surge is the buff that Quinn wants the most in this game. Might even be able to dodge some A ults if you're not chronoed in some of these fights with that stick onto targets. Ace putting his net worth to use. They will take a good fight, push the lead up to 9K. Man, it doesn't feel like it, but they are really building a net worth difference here. Just farming everything.
NTS got to be a while before he gets that BKB. I don't think they can fight until he has it. Maybe they can. They've got Blade Mail on you. Guess it all depends on the initiation. But these longer sustained flights, you really need that BKB, I think.
I think his courier died with a component on it.
Yeah, I think he's missing
his
an
Ogre Axe. So
yeah,
he's about 1,000, a little more than 1,000 off. Not too far away. By the way, dyrachyo was using his courier to stack random small camps by giving him the vision during that.
Oh, isn't using like his nuke to be able to throw it out long range?
He was hovering over random neutral camps, so his couriers are going to adaptive strike them to stack them, but he missed the stack anyway. Look at the connection.
Got the more strength, so I think he's okay here. In fact, he's going to turn back into them, which is a bit bold.
Oh, he morphed. The Pugna Ward.
Yeah, he did not need to morph like that.
No, he just straight up killed himself, I think.
Yeah, he did.
He took so much damage off the nether ward there. Reduced him low enough, so LGD happy with that one. Say thank you very much, we'll come again. And do not lose anybody on the other side of the map.
Ooh, the enchant doesn't quite go off. They're going to drop a ward for a fight, maybe, is new. Waiting in the wings, waiting for an opportunity.
He has his blade mail now, so double blade mail up for LGD. Gotta be careful here if you're Quinn. Getting those bloodstones off before the stuns latch, very important. And these A ults have been on point.
Dude, he was totally fine.
Yeah. And it's just the morph at the end, right? Those 2 spells just killed him.
Yeah, like, you didn't need to morph.
Maybe he didn't see the ward because it was on the high ground. He was like morphing through, but it's just a mistake either way.
Yeah, I mean, you've been ice blasted. You really don't need to be too liberal in your spell usage during that time.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, morphling is not a hero. It's a way of life.
Well, I don't know if Gaimin Gladiators is happy with the way dyrachyo is living his life right now.
Maybe not, but that is the trade you make for glory. Oh. Roche says no gate for UI. It might end up killing him, actually, as the Gaimin are running down here.
They're going to spot him. They've got the Aghanim Scepter on tOfu already. Wow. He's farmed. He's throwing rockets all over the place now after getting pick on planet.
You know, it's kind of sad for LG. Roche just ran through the gate, knocked them out. Then they're stuck down there getting smoked on. Regen rune up for Quinn. So he wants to push. He wants to fight right now and refill his resources. As Ace did finish up that pipe after the Greaves. With the extra Vit booster, he can turn into an Aeon Disc later if he wants, or Octarine, whatever his choices are. Very, very fat. the Darkseer here, and that'll be the call to just commit for the Roshan. 21 minutes of the game. Theoretically, this is a very strong contest for LGD. They're going to throw the AAL down, but I don't think they can get the rest of their heroes here in time, even just with this AAL landing.
Definitely not.
So it's good
trade for farm. Almost at the right time to snag the Roshan last hit. Maybe they'll try and have a go with dyrachyo, but
not without that AAL.
It's farming time. That's true, yeah.
They just want to buy time, but again, their lineup is not as good as wasting time and cutting the map as their previous one was. It's just going to be a bit clunkier here. You're going to have to get more creative, try and find some pickoffs, some openings. Gaming just decide to clump. They should be pretty strong in those 5-on-5s. Ag's done for dyrachyo. Like to turn into the Faceless Void, leap in and time dilate them. That sounds pretty damn good.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Now when tOfu gets the initiation, Quinn can follow it up. He's about to buy a Blink Dagger.
And Blink, very powerful with the Aegis. Because now even if you ult him on the initiation, I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
He'll just come back and kill you again with the refreshed mana. Boom, boom, boom. The artillery. Giving him all the vision in the world. Makes it even harder for LG to find these pickoffs back into the game. Those are some nice death sounds.
What, the trolls?
The little, I think that's the little skeletons, right?
Maybe.
Sometimes it's just nice to listen to Dota, you know?
It does have great audio. So
Nice
let's just
water.
all sit back,
Well, that way.
take a moment to appreciate the wonderful sounds of Dota 2.
Feel more relaxed already.
And oh, and they caught him. They relaxed too much.
You're ruining my ASMR.
Radiant's top tower.
This game just feels like LGD running away from rocket flares.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, how much do you want to concede here during this Aegis period? Is this another bend, don't break game? I guess they didn't break last game.
Yeah.
And it was up to this amount of net worth. Again, their scale is still pretty crazy. It's not going to take too many chrono fights. NTS will get his BKB popped and he'll rip the Lotuses away before he TPs. Insult to injury, says not for you.
Min-maxing your BKB usage right there.
I mean, that's a 400 heal, 400 mana. That's not insignificant here on the support.
Not at all. You might as well be using it that way.
Shiro is sick of rocket flares. Says, go away.
No more of that. Ooh, a little bit more from Ace, though. Vacuum onto 2. Nice 4-staff down to low ground. Nothing to say. Trying to interrupt another 4-staff, but the shots are already there from Seleri, who is getting bit by bit bigger and bigger. Now, he's not building into like big carry Enchantress, but I still feel like he's going to be a problem when we're talking about all this focus on the Leshrac and Morphling. I think Seleri's going to have a free game to put damage out.
I wouldn't mind him going more carry items here. I rarely see him do it, but...
Oh, he got him on the bash! Now that's a play right there from dyrachyo. This is the time you want to turn into the enemy. The Aghanim Scepter with the Time Walk is destroying him.
On the other side. Whew. Yeah, I did not expect that. I don't think Shiro expected that one.
I didn't even think about that Aghanim Scepter with the Faceless Void.
Either, yeah, it's guaranteed, right?
Yeah, so you're just going to be time walking into the enemy and then still have waveform to get out.
Shot will miss, but the rocket flares slowing you down. I will accept his fate. LGD continue to get routed on the map, trying to work towards their BKB on Axe and Ags on Primal Beast. There's a lot of gold going into Gaming's pocket right now. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Satisfying.
Now, if only that artillery killed some of those skeletons.
Right, the death sound is one of the best ever made. I don't know what this cast has turned into.
I mean, it's just reflecting the game at hand. We pretty much have Gaimin Gladiators looking for a fight, LGD looking to dodge a fight, and currently LGD is mostly succeeding at this. This pick off of the Faceless Void was very bad for them, but I would say before that they were doing a good job of getting away. I don't know if they'll win by pushing it late, but
imagine if Gaming loses game. How frustrating this series will have been for them, right?
oh yeah.
I feel like both these games have just been obnoxious as hell for Gaming, even though they're winning both of them. It's not their usual style of just continuously gaining momentum and the game implodes, right? They're just kind of getting frustrated, not finding the pickoffs they want, not closing out the map. LG is just proving too problematic. Again, they find an initiation, maybe not who they want.
Oh, nice vacuum to be able to stop it. Forced to have to up the high ground. They have to give up on this. In fact, a Centaur stomp slowing him down. So tOfu, waiting. Is he going to jump? New is low. NothingToSay is low. But no, they say, you know what? Catch and release. Let him go.
That's just not the target you want to find.
Yeah.
Very hard to kill Seleri right now. They're going to still look around here. This is where their vision is. They don't want to give up the area. There's not much else to go on. Are they going to go round 2? Okay. I guess they have enough this time.
Yeah,
and they'll find Ace.
Gaimin Gladiators had zero respect for LGD there.
I'm telling you, man, something about LGD is just creating a brick wall for Gaming in these games. Even though they're winning, it just feels like they can't connect how they want.
Yeah, they're playing just like they did in game 1, and maybe that is the secret right here. Because leading up to this series, this year, Gaimin Gladiators was 4-0 against LGD. That last game was the first time that PSG LGD had taken a game off of Gaimin Gladiators, and so maybe PSG LGD, maybe they figured out a secret.
I mean, it's definitely figured out something. This game is still going rough for them, and Quinn will finish up a Hex. With Blink Hex, that is a lot of initiation power for Gaming, especially if they can start on the Faceless Void or the Axe, then you're eliminating one of the turnarounds. tOfu can maybe snag the other. Still a very solid position for Gaming. But can they close it out? Because this is where they were last time around, and they were unable to do so. So here's your second chance. A game of redemption.
Is Faceless Void the be-all, end-all of this game?
For the most part, yes. Because of the backup he has. If you let this Void get to 5 or 6 items and he's getting Roshan's, this game is going to be very problematic for you. Another smoke from Gaming. I mean, these smokes have to connect at some point. Especially with your Leshrac timings. Blink Hex so strong. And they chain it.
Trying to get a force staff to push him away, but the side device blink forward. Like you talked about, that initiation is pretty potent. Oh, New! He got a call with his blade mail, almost brought down Quinn, but it wasn't good enough, and now he's going to be the one to die. Vacuum, finally, something finishes him. Planet, no Decrepify yet. He's going to die. Chronosphere onto 2, but without the Ice Blast and no other kind of damage, Shiro, all he could do was take one down. Quinn did end up dying, by the way. But so did Shiro.
Yeah, he kicked out to the Battle Hunger on the A ult proc.
Oh, is that what happened?
So New got him low enough. Trading his life for the Leshrac will slow down this push a little, but Gaming finally connect on a smoke and get to use all their net worth. dyrachyo will claim his reward here.
They're not going to buy back because they have tier 2s up, it looks like.
Yeah, there's no reason to buy back here in a fight that you can't really defend, and it's just a single lane of racks. It's not the end-all be-all here for an ultra late game lineup, but a very strong blow that Gaming have struck. Exactly what they were looking for with that Morphling BKB and the Blink Hex timing. They were able to chain that just beautifully.
And just in time where they can push in the mid lane. Bottom's going to push all by itself. With Roshan having spawned, feels like it's all but guaranteed for Gladiators.
Yeah, there's just so much net worth off that one play. They're going to have a very strong petition to fight for that Roshan. Potentially end the game with that Aegis. Especially if Ace can finish up a second Hex here, because he has Blink as well on Darkseer. Then you're just looking at 2 Blink Hexes for Gaming. just makes the fights impossible for LGD's cores. Unless you're finding the crazy jump, which is always a possibility in this game. You can just smoke into gaming and maybe find some blink call, blink chrono with A ult on top. You're always going to be happy about starting the fight that way. But in theory, it should be hard. Rocket flares are scouting the map. Gaming can always position a Clockwork or an Enchantress in front to just tank the jump and have a buyback. That is what will happen here.
Quickly run over tOfu. They have pretty good burst damage. Quinn, Scythe, forced Snap to get him out of the split earth, but a vacuum back into the wall. Great jump here from Ace. Not the immediate follow-up, but now here comes dyrachyo. Glimmer Capes is getting Y out of here. And
we got two
with the Ice Blast as well.
Got them both.
And the Primal Beast onto 2 of them. That's going to knock out Quinn and dyrachyo right away in the fight. A beautiful jump by New that calls the fight immediately.
Now if your A dies, who cares? Because Shiro's here to clean it up.
They back on Quinn to be
they got
able
the
to
Hex.
take this fight.
The chain stun, can they get him?
Oh, so close! Team walks in now. He's going to be able to get the Chronosphere. If Quinn dies again, that's a dieback.
Does he have the damage? There's no mana on you.
After one, this charge going to run him over. He's dead as well. What a turn from LGD.
Oh, you did him dirty. You did him real dirty here. And now tOfu running for his life, but that is going to be a dieback. You cannot run from the time dilation as it freezes Gaming in their tracks. Just absolutely disgusting jumps from the LGD cores here, man. They're down 20k. They make it look easy. What a call from you. What a Glimmer Cape from Y. What you would do to have detections you can finish off AA so that blast doesn't come through. Absolutely punishing the clump from Gaming here. And that is a dieback for Lesh, a dieback for tOfu on the Clockwork. LGD get everything they wanted and more because they're straight into Roshan after this fight.
That's going to be like a 20,000 net worth swing. After you take the time of like getting this Roshan and what they get off of that Aegis as well, this game
is massive. Whew. I mean, all the momentum Gaming had built is just evaporated in one team fight, and it was a beauty. 7k gold lead down from the 19, and that is a refresher orb for New. His reward for finding that jump. I don't know if he has the mana to use it all as he ran out in that engagement. You can pick up a quick arcane boots or something here and be very happy. And I go back to that initiation. If you find the ancient apparition at the start of a fight, you cannot let him escape like that. There is no way Y should be able to get out with a 4-staff Glimmer versus all of your core heroes are super dependent on removing that ultimate.
And maybe part of that is a lot of their catch was gone instantly, right? tOfu died at the very start of that team fight. So when they spot the ancient apparition, there wasn't too much to actually go in there and catch him.
And I mean, the blink vac is great. Like, you get 3 in this wall, but there's no great wall illusions you're going to get in this game. And LG kind of didn't care. They just walked it off. There's no follow-up. That's the downside of the Darkseer for the Gaming lineup here. There's no big stun combo. And your surge shell targets are okay, but at this point in the game, they're not amazing. LGD continue to find openings. Seleri will walk it off. Still strong enough to survive at least one jump here.
What happened to Y's Ice Blast?
I think he threw it somewhere else.
Had to have.
It happens to the best of us. That's going to result in big items completed for LGD, though. A heart on NothingToSay. He has 4,500 HP on the Primal Beast. Lincoln's or Shiro going to help with the single target jumps with the hexes that Gaming were kind of relying on to shut him down. And even the cheese for New here, it's pretty significant because he went the refresher build. So now this axe actually has mana to jump in, Blade Mail, BKB, call you, throw out a Battle Hunger, maybe get an ult, and then refresh it all with that cheese to have the mana.
Yeah, call Blade Mail sounds really hard to live through.
Sign me up. LG taking control of this game, still down gold. That is how far Gaming ahead, but cannot help but feel like for now, Gaming are going to have to dodge and search for answers. I guess it's just another Blink Hex on Ace and more tank ability and maybe just playing the fights in a way where you don't clump.
Gonna run into the Clockwork here. Breaks on him. tOfu jetpacking away. He's out. Rest of his team, well, not the Enchantress, so Seleri will be picked off. Another stack there. 1,000 gold for that. More than 1,000.
Still down a decent amount of net worth. That's the scary part.
I mean, you're only down 6k. How is that kill worth 1,044 gold or something like that.
It's the modern age of Dota, Cap. You must reward the kills so that people don't hit creeps.
Well, you know what? Now that you put it that way, I'm fine with it.
Exactly. That doesn't sound too bad. I mean, if that kill weren't worth that much, then there's no incentive to smoke across the map ever. Should just hit neutrals. I feel like we're almost getting to a point where gaming are going to have damage problems.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm looking at the HP on these heroes. It's getting terrifying. And you might just run out of mana on Quinn. And then it's just up to dyrachyo to right-click his way through these fights, but he doesn't have that Daedalus yet. He doesn't have a Scotty to stick on people. The right-clicks on this morph do not feel too threatening right now. And because LGD have multiple sources of jump counter initiation, it's hard for gaming to just go in, blink, hex a single dude and feel good about that jump anymore. Tough spot in terms of the 5-on-5s. Maybe you just need to push this towards the next Roshan and gate that Aegis for yourselves. Seleri did finish up his Hurricane Pike on top of Quiver, doing a decent amount of damage. You can never interrupt one of these charges or a blink call, he'll be very happy. And the Arcane Boots for New. He does pick it up here to give him the extra mana capacity.
NothingToSay wanted to kill that ward, but he was trampled, so he had to wait it out. Disarmed during that time.
Bounce in all things.
What talent did he take on pulling blade damage? Yeah, that makes sense. Even more burst. 600 pure damage burst.
It's a lot. You don't need to necessarily play for the kill threshold. You can just throw it out. Especially when you have AA. That's why this combo's nice.
Yep.
You just go and you blade mail call someone, you just insta-ult them, honestly. It might be the better play
damage, yeah.
In some situations, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? You don't know if you get stunned or randomly bashed by an Ags, Morphling, Faceless Void. Some of these things in Dota are sometimes better to just play for the conservative play, because you know you're going to win the fight if you find that stun. 600 pure damage to the Morphling. I mean, if he's not morphed very high with an A ult on top, that might just be guaranteed kill. And you're happy with that. Gaimin will smoke straight down mid with all 5.
Yeah, they got a haste rune on Quinn, so they want to make use of this extra mobility in the team fight.
And that Hex on Ace. So double blink Hex here for Gaimin if they see the start and they see the Primal, but
that guy is super tanky. They're going to group up.
What a
Chronosphere, 2 are going to be caught inside of that. The Ice Blast is raining in. It's just going to hit Seleri because Quinn's already dead. Now NothingToSay, who is the original initiator, is now going to keep going. dyrachyo cuts through. New pops his cheese, almost dying there, but now he's chasing after dyrachyo. A lot of damage coming in from the impetuses, though. Pops the blade mail. Oh, the Glimmer Cape. That'll help him stay alive. Jumping through, dyrachyo is still
time dilation.
doing a lot of time, Dan. Yeah, that time dilation is slowing down Shiro, and it's slowing NothingToSay down to Ashes. They go calling blade, they finish him up barely, but the vacuum back in. Oh man, look at that! The Enchantress might just be able to finish up by herself. One more push. No, the impetus. It didn't do enough damage. Shiro will slink away into the darkness.
That AA ult going on to the darks here opened up the fight for dyrachyo, and he just did an insane amount of work. He got, I think, 3 time dilations off on 3+ heroes. Really removing the long-term fight potential from LGD as their BKBs wear off. I mean, you got to think about holding this ult, I think, a bit more. You gets Refresher off, but he got hit on the blink, so it didn't even really get anything done. And Seleri is just taking names, man.
Yeah, he is.
He is carrying these fights in terms of the damage output for sure.
And look at tOfu's positioning, linking around the back between the bashes and then the cogs and the shard on the surge on Dark's here. Oh,
yeah, the supports did crazy amount of work for Gaimin carrying these fights. The call from New. Some balls on this man to go in with 200 HP there. Dunks on the morph, doesn't get the kill, but he gets enough damage done that Shiro can clean up. Of course, Shiro does live through that with the Scotty completed Trickster Cloak on top, and now looking for Satanic. Morphling is approaching, or Faceless Void is approaching an insane late game timing where it's very hard to deal with him because he's just so damn tanky. He already has backtrack online too, so your burst damage has gone out the window.
It really has. You had a Satanic on top of that, you'll never be able to burst him down. That Morphling Ags was pretty strong, though. He was doing some work.
He was owning. Fight. 3 time dilations, multiple leap stuns. dyrachyo has found his way to have impact in these fights. If Gaming could keep their cores up a little bit longer, maybe get a slightly worse chrono. That chrono, I don't know how he caught the Lesh and not the Primal. That was absolutely on point, and a huge reason that fight went as well as it did for LGD.
It's almost a little too good. Because then he used the Ice Blast, thinking, oh, we got the Lesh track, and then Quinn just died before the Ice Blast was even there.
I think at this point you want to save the Ale for the Morph. I don't know if the Lesh is a big enough threat where you have to commit it on him anymore. I think Quinn just wants to go in to free up the fight for his Morphling, who's going to carry it. We'll finish up Kaya Sanj, finds a Timeless Relic, Shard on top of that, almost level 25. Celestrak's doing a lot of damage, but he's also doing it in a double Blade Mail, Time Dilation, and Ale. Refresher done for NothingToSay, so he has double of everything for the next engagement here.
Circling around each other, the scan.
Win on the high ground.
LGD, but they may not expect Shiro, who jumps straight up to that high ground, backs away. Scythe is going to be used to stop New. Onslaught, Quinn is cornered.
He's isolated.
They're going to keep going for him. 3 cores all surrounding him, and nobody from Gaimin Gladiators wanted to be able to take that.
He's going to use it instantly.
Shiro trying to jump away. Planet gets a Force Staff away from this jetpacked Clockwork, who's being a nuisance right now. Ace does manage to get it back into the wall. It's in an awkward spot. They're all in this really clumped up scenario, and Gaimin Gladiators playing the open field. On the side with the Scythe, the Split Earth as well. But again, this
double hex on Shiro.
A double Scythe, but it's still not enough, man. He's only down to half health, and now the Ice Blast comes in with a Chronosphere. Once again, Quinn is caught in a hell of his own making as he bought back and TP'd into this fight. Where is dyrachyo? What is he doing?
He's killing the AA, but the AA has already done his job. Hex will go out on you on that blink. dyrachyo needs to clean up here. You have no Lesh. You cannot lose Roshan.
He jumps in, bashing him up. Can he fight through this one? They're all so low, but the chain stuns are all over the place. Can he do the last bit of damage? No, the level 25, NothingToSay, holds him for the full duration of that ultimate. Oh, the Invis barely got New out of that one. And on the other side, blinks out of the hookshot too. He is dancing around all of Gaimin Gladiators. They cannot touch this man. A nullifier desperately thrown out, but you're not getting him, tOfu. Give up on it.
You know he's going back in here.
Oh,
he wants the final blink stun, and he's gonna get it. New just puts his dancing shoes on, and LGD run that fight into a corner, jam everybody up in there, fighting a wall that was just on top of all of them, but somehow get out of it because the double hex that landed on Shiro that was intended to burst him got split away from dyrachyo. The 2 big gaming cores between the Lesh and the Morphling did not ever sync their damage up once in that fight, and it cost them big time. As Shiro lives, gets the turnaround, Y gets his ult off. By the time dyrachyo kills the Morphling, good target prioritization, but not when you're chasing other targets. And that'll be an Aegis for Shiro, 2 lives on this insanely tanky Faceless Void, on top of an Ags that he's gonna devour as well. He is gonna have over 4,000 HP here with the backtrack, with the Trickster Cloak. What the hell do you do to this guy?
Yeah, it's a crazy amount of effective HP when you just shave 20% off the top thanks to backtrack. Crazy.
It cost LGD 3 buybacks. So
really?
They got economically damaged in that exchange, but when you got the Leshrac one for yourself and you take all the rewards of Roshan, that feels well worth it. Especially when none of those buybacks are on your 1 and 2. NTS continues his assault here, getting 25 in the middle of that fight. Extra ult duration. He has 2 of them as well.
He found an opening here with this Invis rune, and thanks to that level 25, that ultimate lasted forever.
Dunked him in the dirt. That is the hammer to a nail, quite literally. As that is another death for Quinn without buyback here. So LGD, they know they have 80 seconds of free reign, and you know they're going to push it. This could be a throne push as well. They feel like it.
Once again, PSG LGD backs against the ropes, constantly fighting for their lives. Managed to stall out the game late enough that they're now in a great position. The Gaimin Gladiators still have something to say here. They are a two-time major winner. They're going to try and slow down this push from PSG LGD long enough that Quinn can come back and play.
This damage does not feel good enough. And the wall, I mean, the wall is nice for the slow, but the illusions aren't good. And the
just
Chrono's
straight up
out.
jump in, immediate Chronosphere. They got enough. They got the chain stun. Yep, they really trained that nicely.
Does have buy.
He does. Maybe without the Chronosphere and the Ice Blast, maybe they could take this. The Surge and Glimmer Capes. Gaimin Gladiators again. Able to get Seleri out of there. They can't get their cores alive, but Seleri gets out.
Waste more time for LG is a long wave to come. He's on the glyphs too, so.
Call goes out. Seleri going to be the target once again. They trample through him. Oh, the vacuum
double
might
dunk.
stop it. Meanwhile, tOfu, he went into it and finished off the Ancient Apparition. Threw out the Time Blast at the same time. Dyrachyo jumped into that when he got called. The blades are just too much. Slammed now. Quinn, he's the one truly getting pulverized again and again and again. Head pushed straight into the dirt. It's WWE out here and nothing to say. He is the Undertaker, bringing down Gaimin Gladiators. 3 dead, no buyback, clean them all up. PSG LGD have somehow managed to find a way to be able to turn around what has been a terrible record for them against Gaimin Gladiators. They got not just a win in this series, but they will win the series outright in a 2-0, it's looking like. Unless some sort of miracle is put together by Seleri and Ace.
Just a brutalistic ending to this game, too. The way these fights are going down, just jamming them into the ground. The axe, the double dunk. What an insult. A true insult to injuries. Seleri doing his best to try and carry these late game fights with damage, but just getting broken. Shiro is just way too big. Like you said, LGD finding some answers here as they try and close this game out.
Are they not going to be able to do this?
Maybe they just want more blood before they're finished.
I don't think they're doing this.
Back. 30 seconds for the Lesh. I mean, Axe died. NTS had to heal, and maybe we spoke too soon. Game's not over yet.
tOfu's going to chase after him. He's going to get planted. Nullifier, so he's not going anywhere.
Shiro has a chrono backup.
Huh?
Their building damage was just that pitiful.
It really was. I mean, he's so damn tanky on Shiro, he actually does not do very much damage. Universal heroes are doing more damage at level 28 than this Faceless Void is right now.
His objective taking is pretty pitiful. He just wants to kill the heroes. I'm surprised he didn't go back in with that chrono coming back up, but I guess all LGD got out of that was a barracks and a Morphling buyback and an Enchantress buy. Not too much, actually, when we look at it. It's said and done. Well, I will pick up a crap ton of XP here. I can't believe you just double dunked him, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Just straight up instant spammed it. Just jams his keyboard. Like, you're coming down with me, brother. Maybe there's a more efficient play, but I don't care.
1,200 pure damage to the face.
It just looked so funny. I respect that. I love watching this guy play, man.
I mean, what's the point of a like if he gets the second Cooling Blade, then he which he did, he was able to just put out more Cooling Blades throughout the fight.
I know, but it's like, it's the principle when you ult someone on Axe, you kind of think they're gonna die, you know?
Yeah.
Like, maybe you wait a second to see if he died. He didn't. There was no hesitation, dude. He knew he was high enough HP. I don't care. I'm just double jamming it in and running the hell away. 0 mana left afterwards. Like, he literally couldn't contribute. It's just the Chad play. I respect the Chad plays, win or lose. It looks baller as hell. Oh, yes, please tell me we have a replay.
Call.
Good dunk. Good dunk.
Boom.
Look at that buyback, dude. There's no way that's a good play. It's an Enchantress with buy. Used his entire mana pool.
I mean, we did see the fact that the Enchantress was a problem.
Oh, yeah, but it's just so ridiculous.
I mean, is he going to do it again? This
man got no chill, bro.
He's got no chill. Holy crap. Quinn Really fast reflexes there on a play that I would not have expected that.
Ninja Gear giving him the confidence here and double damage on Shiro. Probably felt like any fight that got started with all of the refreshers and the double damage Void. Can't go wrong. Gaimin just a little too fast, and they still have a chance in this game. They can find the jumps with the double hex. They can find the faceless Void at the start of a fight. Get in there with the Morphling. You have a chance, but goddamn, is it going to take a lot to get through him, because you don't have MKB on dyrachyo right now, and he picked up a butterfly on top of Trickster Cloak. The evasion, the backtrack. You have a faceless Void illusion.
Got the call to be able to counter the initiation out on Shiro, and now they've got the bots too. The Primal Beast tried to lock him down, but immediately the time walk in from the Wordfling stopped that one. Meanwhile, tOfu jumped to the back lines, goes for Planet, but they protect their support constantly. dyrachyo in and out. Meanwhile, the slams on the illusions is going to stall up Ace, and they do manage to run him over, and Planet is still alive. dyrachyo, okay, spoke too soon. Flares and the illusion help finish him off.
No AL for 10 seconds here. Can Gaimin make something of it? NTS really did not like that wall illusion. It taught it who's boss. The rocket flare still coming in, looking for the opening cell. He's going to lead the charge. tOfu trying to set up for the hex chain.
But they got the Chronosphere, and they got the Ice Blast. It's coming in. They're going to be able to clip on two, the Enchantress and the Darkseer, but can they finish off the scythe? Shiro, he finally managed to get one, but the Darkseer slipped away over to the side. dyrachyo is going to be psyched up. Meanwhile, the control's on Quinn, but the vacuum stops him, pulls him back in. Now they have nothing to say. He's going to be taken out soon, but so does Quinn. Both mid laners, no, nothing to say. Stay is alive. Meanwhile, Gaimin Gladiators are going to be able to back away. But Quinn, he's coming back into the move. He wanted to be able to get nothing to say, but he's still staying out. Another scythe, another initiation. Oh, a cog on the two. dyrachyo jumped right with the waveform. Almost finished him off. While Shiro's being kited around by Quinn. All the drain onto dyrachyo. Needs to be able to bounce away from nothing to say, but he's been caught by the time walk. The batch has come in. Another back. Into the arm. Coming in hot. dyrachyo gets nailed by it, but he dies through his waveform, and that's it. Gaimin Gladiators will now lose 4, and now surely the game is well and truly over.
I don't know if they're going to go for Roshan, but the building damage should be there this time around. Absolutely sick team fights from both these teams in the late game. That back on the stun, I thought maybe they got that to turn around there. Amazing cogs from tOfu on the back end as well, just leashing the Primal Beast in a cage. Hell in a cell, you called it. But LGD, they're here. They're big, they're bad, and they're 2-0ing Gaimin as they continue to rampage through this group stage, finding more and more momentum. 20K gold lead, not enough to defeat us today. Damn, is this team fun to watch in the late game, and are they getting there pretty damn consistently? The team fighting just